The jobs thing is, no one puts that on now as an economic outcome in any real sense. They don't. It's now just, you know, then when the economy comes right, you know, it's all going to be fine one day in the future. We all know this, bunker. Slice. So what we've got to say is that where the market or private business does not create employment, and that's not their job is actually make money for those who've already got money. That's their only job. So it's not to create jobs, it's nonsense. Okay. So that the state needs to take up the slack where people are, where there's got excess of labour, you have to actually ensure that that's important. The state needs to do it, and it needs to be said. It needs to be fought on the campaign on. So Marty would say it's 3,000 jobs. How would you get 3,000 jobs? Actually, it's really easy. It's really easy, actually. On $15 a week, $600 for a full-time wage, 30 grand a year. It would cost $65 net once you take the dollar off, so it's 95 all up. So they should say it's 95 million, or 65 million net. That's the same price as Peter Jackson's Learjet, which sits over in Melbourne, can't come here because it's too big. And that's how much they gave them the tax cuts for the first round. You know, it's just priorities. Just priorities. You know, a few hundred investors in South Canterbury, you know, 1.6 billion, you know, just because we need to help you. You know. And this tax cut, which the $4 billion tax cut, it's that, which Rich would be asking for actually, to be honest, that would employ every single unemployed person in this country on $600 a week. Every single person. Yeah, solve the problem. I think if you ask most New Zealanders, when you've got the October tax cut, or would you have every New Zealander employed in a job? That's how I get tax cut, just make sure they're employed. And that would solve a lot of problems immediately. All the things, you know, subsidy to this and social welfare, just give them a job and give them a decent living. And that will take care of itself. So there's that. Now, and Marty said, okay, but where would you get these jobs? That's easy to say, mate. Where are they? I said, it's easy. If you gave every school 2 teachers per classroom on a pro rata, they can do homework classes or teaching kids or bullying class, you know, supervision or sports or clubs, you know, that's smart, they'll work it out, you know. That would employ 1,200 people in that electorate like that. 1,200, just like that. Next year, start next year. Yeah. If you took every household with a sole parent, if you took every household there with, there's about 2,500 single parent homes. If you took 1,000 people on invalid benefits, you took the 800 on ACC, you took the 1,800s of pensioners who are living on their own, just for example. And you actually said home help 1 day a week. Come around and help out. Just help out. That would actually create another 1,600 jobs. Like that. 1,600 jobs. Doesn't need a great skill. I want to come help you. Great, thanks, love it. Yeah, that's great. You know? And then you got 200 left, I just say, or 400 left. I just go up, got 100 up the road, train up 400 to the young adults, you know, on basic repairing and maintenance of buildings and carpentry and that, and send them out to the housing in New Zealand, where these people have been phoning for 10 years to come and fix their maintenance up. That's how you do it. And all that will cost you the same as Peter of the Hobbit's tax break. And so it's just about priorities. You know, the states, they just print the money. I don't care. You find that the ruling class finds things when they want it for their mates. But actually, they don't see 3,000 unemployed in the electorate or 159,000 employed. And we've got to put that as the left on the agenda. Got to put it on the agenda right up front and show it up both those parties because it's popular. You know, it's quite good to be popular and left wing. You know, instead of being earnest and left wing. You know, it's kind of like Christians that no one wants to hear anymore. You know, it's good for you. You know, I'm war tax, you'll like it. You know, and the final thing is I may suggest there, and I won't go into that because that's really gone into about the unfairness of who's paying the bills. Because the poor and the working class are paying the bills for the rich. That's what's going on. And so I think there needs to be a creation of debate around it. So we're putting those 3 issues up. And I'll just finish with this, is that it's like what we have to do as a left is we have to intervene and be confident and take the fight to the right. I want to take the fight because what I'm pleased about, it's the 6 years that we've been doing the Unite sort of project, you know, for 7 years. And it's kind of like everything we're teaching ourselves, you test it out and you see where it's real. It's got to be real, right? Because that's what we're going to get delivered. Because you're taking this money off them and you're doing deals with bosses, it's got to be real. You can't just make it up. Because in the end, you go, that someone's going to go, so I'm paying you $5 a week and what am I getting? You're delivering, So that's a discipline. Of sort of, you can't just get into your own rhetoric. But the three things that we're pushing, about the GBGST, are very popular amongst the working class. And we've knocked on all the doors. Well, I won't say we've knocked on all the doors. We've gone to all the working class areas of the electorate. About 30 but we're knocking on thousands of doors. And we actually ask people what they think of those three things. And it's enormous support. But what is good is it's motivated support. It's not just, oh yeah, that's okay. It's kind of like they get it. Yeah, that'd be great. And of that, probably half, it's more than that, I am being conservative. Over half of them support all three of those things and would support a movement which made that its major thing. Now, obviously, in that electorate, there's that kind of don't split the vote, there's working vote, and all that sort of thing. But what I'm seeing is the working class vote doesn't believe Labour, is prepared to move on the issues. And that's what gives, that's what I've always thought and what we think as idealists and left wingers. We kind of all believe that is possible, but what we've seen in the last 2 weeks, of doing this, 2.5 weeks, it's there. It's there. You can smell it. And that the working class will move. Now, the Pacific Island voters is obviously very solid with Labour, and that may take time, but even that's starting to peel off. We're going to find it. Now, whether it translates into votes to some extent, it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. But the important thing is that the issues that we're pushing, that working class people are excited by it, and that's what I think is the change. So my Congress, the economic thing, I think it's taking the economic stuff on head on. Head on. It's a joke. The emperor has no clothes. It's finished. You're losers. Get out of here. They should bring those knights, those cretins from Switzerland who made billions of us and try them and put them in jail. That's my position. Pretty well take over and enjoy it. We've got to go on the offensive and say we have been robbed. This country's been robbed. It's been a con job, and there's got to be a day of comeuppance. Not this kind of like Labour's doing. Oh, we're going to manage it. No, we've got. My view is a left movement's got to say no. It's been thievery. There's been thievery and people need to all look out for it. And we don't believe any of this nonsense. This country has been mugs of it. And we buy into this nonsense that we made the rich richer. They would piss on us gold. Come on, how stupid are we? And so people, I think, we need to go to the working class in this country, in this by-election as part of it, and say, everything we've been taught for 25 years is bunkum. And we've got to say the alternative is a planned economy. We don't try any of this free market stuff. You actually have to say that employment is the goal of economic policy, the dignity of employment is everything, and a living wage solves just about every other problem you've got. Because you solve that problem, then all this crime and depression and people turning on themselves and all that kind of fixes itself. That's actually how they fix it. And these people who've been robbing us, they've got to start paying the bills fairly. So that's it. That's what we're doing. And I always think we're going to win. It's not necessarily my by-election, because it's not about that. It's about we're going to win the argument. I think that Labour, and I've said to them, you guys are going to get some stick. Because you're not going to get away with taking the working class vote for granted, as you always do. No, I don't want to be disrespectful about Chris, but we all know how it's played. Who are we going to have? Oh, we better get ourselves a Pacific Island. Who do we know? Oh, Chris, he's in the office. How'd you like to be an MP? Oh, I haven't been a member of the Labour Party very long. Oh, oh, I don't really know it. Don't worry, we'll give you some notes. And you can just read them and memorise them. Come on, but, you know, Holman, same way we do it, William, same way. You know, working class seats, they put useless MPs in there because they treat them with disrespect. We should have the best MPs in working class seats. And the Labor Party, as we know, has got a very long tail now of MPs who ain't bloody that crash hot. Because they don't actually know how to fight, they know how to suck up. That's how they get ahead. And the Labor movement and the working class movement of politics deserve better. That's it.